Welcome to this video where I will explain a modular arithmetic operation. Now here first I'll start with what is the mod function is, okay, with certain examples. Then I'll move to what is called congruence modulo n. Okay, we will discuss about the properties of the congruence modulo n. Then I will go to the topic that is modular arithmetic operation, that is performing a addition, subtraction, multiplication under the mod n function. Okay, finally I will tell you how to write the table under addition and subtraction with mod 8, that is n equal to 8. Now what is mod function is, what exactly this mod function will give you the output. Always the mod function will give you the answer which is a reminder of the two division operation, that is assuming that a and n are a positive integers. We define this a mod n is nothing but it is the reminder what we get by dividing that a by n, and we call this n as the modulus. Okay, so as you know, in the division by using division algorithm we can relate this the a and the divisor n, quotient and remainder, by using this equation, that is a is equal to qn plus r, where this r is the remainder which is always less than n, that is divisor, and q is nothing but it is a by n, that is the quotient of the operation. So we can write this equation division algorithm by using division algorithm, whatever we have written, in the another form as q is equal to a by n multiply by n plus this remainder what we generate is nothing but it is the mod function. So I say it is a mod n. Now just take an example over here. I have written 11 mod 7 which is equal to 4, because if I divide this 11 by 7, okay, the quotient is equal to 1 and the remainder is 4. So this mod function will give you the answer as 4. What about minus 11 mod 7? It's a negative number here, right? Minus 11 mod 7. So how to divide this number? Just minus 11 is actually the quotient of this operation is ultimately it is minus 2, okay, and the remainder is actually equal to 3. Fine. So now going to the next the term, that is congruent modulo n. What do you mean by say a and b are said to be congruent to each other? What is the meaning of this? So let us say we have two integers, say a and b, and they are said to be congruent modulo n if a mod n is equal to the b mod n, that is the remainder whatever you get by dividing a with n, a by n, if the remainder is same as division of b with n, okay, the remainder of this operation and the remainder of this operation, the mod functions, if they are same, then we say it is a is congruent to b mod n. So this operator is called congruent operator, okay, equivalence operator or a congruent operator. A congruent b mod n. So we can write something like this, or this is the another way of representation of the congruence, that is a mod n is actually equal to b mod n. So I have taken up an example over here, that is 73 congruent 4 mod 23. Now 73 mod, the meaning of this is 73 mod 23 is actually equal to 4 mod 23. So what is the answer we get? 73 mod 23, it is actually 3 times it goes, right, quotient, and the remainder is actually equal to 4. That is equal to 4 mod 23. Anyway, the 4 cannot be divided by 23, the remainder is 4 itself. Okay, another example is 21 congruent minus 9 mod 10. What is the remainder over here? Remainder is 1, correct? 21 mod 10 will give you quotient equal to 2 and remainder equal to 1. What about minus 9 mod 10? It goes quotient is minus 1 with the remainder equal to plus 1. So the remainders of both the a and b is actually same. And one more point which we have to note that a, if it is a congruent 0 mod n, that is if a mod n and equal to 0 mod n, if the remainder is 0, in that case we can say that this n completely divides a. Okay, now moving to the next, that is properties of the congruences. That is there are 3 properties, okay, in the congruence operation. That is if a congruent b mod n, if and only if that n divides completely the a minus b. If this is the case, then only a congruent b mod n. So we can check whether a is congruent to b mod n or not by doing simple operation, that is we just subtract the two integers and divide that by n. If it completely divides, then we can say that a is congruent to b mod n. Okay, just for an example here, just take this 23 congruent 8 mod 5. What is 23 minus 8? It is 15. So 5 divides 15. That means this is holds good or this is true. This condition is true, right? Now, to second property says A congruent if A congruent B mod n, which implies that B also congruent to A mod n. This is second property. The third property is if A congruent to B mod n and if B is congruent to another integer C mod n, that means A is also congruent to C mod n. Okay, so these are three properties what of the congruence operators are or operations are. To demonstrate the first property, now just let us consider. I'll start with this n divides A minus B. Okay, what is the meaning of this? By using division algorithm, if it divides means it completely divides without any remainder. So then I can say that A minus B is nothing but it is k into n for some k, where this k is nothing but it is a quotient. Quotient multiplied by divisor will give you the same number, right? A minus B, isn't it? So if I bring this B on the other side here on the RHS, so what I can write, A is equal to B plus K n. Now I'll go to this other side, that is A mod n. What is A mod n? It is nothing but it is the remainder when B plus K n is divided by n. Why B plus K n? Because A mod n is, this operation will give you the remainder, right? It gives a remainder when A is divided by n. Correct? What is A? A is nothing but it is B plus Kn. So the same thing I have substituted over here. B plus Kn. It is divided by n. Okay. Now in this case, B plus Kn is divided by n means Kn divided by n will give you 0 because multiples of n divided by say n. Let us say n is equal to 5. Okay, Kn is a multiple, K is an integer, multiple of n, say 10, maybe 15, maybe 20. The remainder is always equal to 0, right? So that means this remainder the remainder of this operation will be 0. So I can simply say that this equation is nothing but it is remainder when B is divided by n. Only this portion divided by n. Okay, this is the equivalent equation, which is nothing but remainder when B is divided by n is nothing but it is B mod n function. Is a reminder, right? So we can say that A mod n is actually equal to B mod n. Fine. Now just take a same example here, 23 and say 13 and 23. Okay, this is A, this is B. 13 mod 5 and 23 mod 5. What is the answer? The answer is 3, right? So that means this holds good. Or if I apply this particular condition again, 5 divides 13 minus 23. Is it true or not? That's what we need to check. 13 minus 23 is minus 10. So minus 10 can be divided by 5. Correct? Isn't it? So that means this condition holds good. So in this case, the quotient is minus 2 because 5 minus 2 is minus 10, that will give you the remainder equal to 0. That means it completely divides this. The quotient is minus 2, where this k we can say whatever the k I have taken here, the quotient is minus 2. So by using a division algorithm or this equation, I can represent something like this. That is 13, that is A, is equal to B 23, k is minus 2 in this case multiplied by n, that is 5. So some few more examples what I have given here for this particular condition, that is first property, minus 11 mod 8, okay, and 5 mod 8. Minus 11 mod 8, if 2 times it goes, actually minus 2 it is, and the remainder is 5. So this also remainder is 5. 81 mod 27, the remainder is 0. 0 mod 27, the remainder is 0. That means this condition holds good. Or we can say 81 minus 0 divided by 27 is remainder is 0. That is n naturally divides A minus B. Or even here also minus 11. If I bring this on the other side, minus 16. That is 8 divides minus 16. So that means this condition holds good. The first condition holds good. Okay. This is about the property, the first property. Now, moving on. So as I told earlier, this is nothing but this is K. Now, modular arithmetical operation. Now we will go to the next topic, that is modular arithmetical operation. So we can perform arithmetical operation with the residues, that is reminders, what we see, a mod n function. That means when I consider a n or a mod n, let us say we have a mod n, that means answer of the operation, which is mod n. So answer of this operation always will be anything between 0 to n minus 1 only. So it actually forms a particular set with the values equal to 0 to n minus 1. Okay. So we actually, when you're performing addition operation or a multiplication operation, we get a reduced answer or reminders, modulo reduced answers. That's what actually we get. Now, what are the operations possible that we will see now? See, we can perform, these operations. This is the first one. Let us say these are few properties of the modular arithmetic under the modulus n function. Okay. Now, see A mod n, where A is an integer, okay, mod n plus b mod n of mod n. Okay, when you add this with this and take a residue of this, which is equal to a plus b mod n. So the left hand side is actually equal to the right hand side. I'll prove that later. Now the second property is just a subtraction operation. That's it. A mod n minus b mod n of mod n is actually equal to a minus b mod n. The third one is a mod n multiplied by b mod n of mod n is equal to a into b mod n. Now I will prove the first one, actually this property, the first one property. Now see, a mod n here is nothing but it's the remainder, right? Let us consider that remainder as RA, whatever the answer we get from this operation. Whatever the answer we get from this operation, let us consider the remainder as RB. So but we can write by using again this division algorithm that A is equal to, okay, this A is equal to RA plus JN or JN plus RA. Anyway, you write it, no problem, by using division algorithm, where this J is an integer which actually represents the quotient part, this is the remainder part, and this is the divisor. Okay, similarly we can also write a B. B is equal to some remainder whatever you get from this operation, that is RB plus K into N, where K is the quotient of this particular operation. Now I'll go to the right hand side, RHS side of this equation, A plus B mod n. So I take a plus b mod n over here. What is A? A is nothing but this particular term. I replace here. What is B? B is nothing but RB plus Kn. That's what I have written, mod n. Okay. So RA plus RB, some rearrangement I will do. RA plus RB, that's what I have written. And here n is common. So I take a n common. So we get a K plus J of n mod n. Again, just look at this term of mod n function, K plus J into n mod n will be always equal to 0 because we have a multiples of n here. Remainder will be always 0, right? When you try to perform a modulus function which gives you the remainder, that will be equal to 0. So this is anyway is equal to 0. So we left with only RA plus RB. So RA plus RB mod n. What is RA? RA is nothing but it is the remainder whatever you get because of this operation, A mod n. What is RB? Is a remainder what you get by this operation, B mod n. So I replaced it mod n. So this is nothing but your LHS. I started with the RHS here. I started with this RHS and I ended with the LHS. So we can say that this LHS is actually equal to the RHS. Similarly, you can prove the second and the third property here. Just replace the signs. That's it, from plus to minus or to the multiplication. Now, few examples. Let us consider A equal to 11 and B equal to 15 and N equal to 8. We will all verify all the three properties of the modular arithmetic. Now just look at this. This is the first case. What is 11? We'll find this A mod n first. Okay, so the A mod n is 3, B mod n is 7. That is B divided by 8. One times it goes the quotient and the remainder is 7 here. Okay. Now the first one is, the first property is what it says, A mod n plus B mod n of mod n is equal to A plus B mod n. Okay, so A mod n is 3 plus B mod n is 7. 3 plus 7 mod 3 plus 7 is 10 here. A plus B 10 here. So that is 10 mod 8 is equal to 2. Okay, so A plus B, in this case 11 mod 8 is 3, 15 mod 8 is 7. Okay, so 3 plus 7 is 10, 10 mod 8 is 2. On the RHS side, A plus B, A is 11, B is 15, 26, 26 mod 8, that is equal to 2, right? So both the case, I am getting the same answer. What about the subtraction operation? Again, 11 mod 8 minus 15 mod 8 of mod 8 is equal to A minus B mod 8. That's what I need to find out, right? So I will find out LHS first. LHS is this, 11 mod 8 is 3 minus 7. So it is minus 4 mod 8, right? Minus 1 times it goes and the remainder is 4 here. What is the RHS? RHS is 11 minus 15 mod 8, that is A minus B mod 8. So that will be minus 4 again, same answer, right? Multiplication. This is 3, this is 7, 3 into 7 is 21, so 21 mod 8 is 5. A into B is 165, 165 mod 8 is also 5. So you get the same answer. Okay, so we can say that the three properties are actually proved over here by using this particular example. Now I'll go to modular addition and multiplication under the mod 8 function. Okay, how to write the table? Okay, because I told that under mod 8 operation, the numbers possible, it forms one particular set with the numbers only from 0 to 7. So I have listed, for addition operation, I have listed all the numbers from 0 to 7 in this column, in this row wise I have represented over here, and also column wise. I want to perform addition of this. Let us consider. Okay, so 0 plus 0 under mod 8 is 0 only. 0 plus 1, the number is 1 only, right? 0 plus 2 is 2 only. So I write the same thing. Okay, now 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 3, oh sorry, 1 plus 2 is 3. I'm extremely sorry. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Now just look at the last one. 1 plus 7 is actually 0. Why? Because 1 plus 7 is 8. Under mod 8, it is 0. 8 mod 8 is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. Similarly, go on doing this. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 mod 8 is 0. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 mod 8 under the modulus operation, it is 1. So just go on. I'll take a random example here. 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5 is actually 11. 11 mod 8 is 3. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 mod 8 is 5. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 mod 8 is 5. Okay, so this is the under addition operation of modulo 8. 8 is a random number what I have selected. So similarly you can write for any other number. Now, how to perform a multiplication under mod 8? Again, list all the numbers from 0 to 7, row wise and column wise. 0 into everything is 0 only, so this row and this column will be 0. 1 into say 5 is 5 only anyway, so same number. 1 into 7 is 7 only. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 mod 8 is 4 itself. 2 into 3 is 6, 6 mod 8 is 6 itself. 2 into 4 is 8, 8 mod 8 is 0. 2 into 6 is 16, 2 into 6 is 12, 12 mod 8 is 4, right? So the same fashion, say 7 into 5 is 35, 35 mod 8 is 3. Okay, so you can just fill out these things. Now, by using this particular operation, we can identify what are the additive and multiplicative inverses of each number. Okay, that is 0 to 7, whatever the number I have, okay, I'll write right here, that is taken as W. What are the additive inverse and multiplicative inverse under the mod operation? Similar to mathematical operation, even here also, let us say I have in the mathematical operation, say I have 5, the inverse of this is nothing but it is minus 5, correct? Because answer should be 0 under the addition operation, mathematical addition. Okay, normal addition. If the number is say 6, its inverse is minus 6. It should be equal to 0. Under the multiplication operation, if the number is 5, its inverse is 1 by 5. When I multiply this and this 1 by 5, answer what I should get is equal to 1. Or we can say it is 5, its inverse is something represented something like this, 5 inverse, and the answer should be equal to 1. In the same fashion, we can identify the multiplicative inverse and additive inverse of this operation over here. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, now how to identify the additive inverse and multiplicative inverse? I have listed already the additive inverse of all the numbers. So now I said the answer should be equal to 0. When you perform this addition, okay, under the modulus 8, answer should be 0. So here for 0 it is 0 only, here it is 0, correct? Now for 1, just go row wise and check where the number 0 is. Here the number is 0. The appropriate column, the respective column, the number will give you the inverse of 1, additive inverse, that is 7 in this case. So for 1, the additive inverse is 7. Okay, because 1 plus 7 mod 8 is 0. The same fashion for 2, it is 6. Identify the 0 and corresponding column number. For 4, it is 4 itself, because 4 plus 4 mod 8 is 0. Okay, 7 plus 1 mod 8 is 0. So for 7 it is 1. What about multiplicative inverse? We should get answer equal to 1, right? So just have to check where the 1 is. Just see the difference here. For a multiplicative, when I am performing a multiplication inverse operation, or you are finding a multiplicative inverse, all the numbers do not have the multiplicative inverse. Okay, for 0 there is no 1 at all. For 1 it is 1 itself, right? 1 into 1 is 1, 1 mod it is 1 itself. 3 into 3 is 9, 9 mod 8 is 1. So for 3, it is 3 itself, that is a multiplicative inverse. For 2, there is no 1 in the row, particular row. Or for 5, we have 1 here, that particular column number is the multiplicative inverse. So the 5, it is 5 itself. For 7, it is 7 itself. For 6, 4, 2 and 0, there is no multiplicative inverse. Is it fine? Okay. Now, so in this video, I have explained what you mean by a mod function is with a few examples. Then congruence modulo n operation. Okay. We also discussed about the modular arithmetical operations with certain properties, how to prove the property with certain examples, and finally I explained how to write the table under modulus 8 operation. So I thank you for watching this video.